Good day, folks. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick review on this game called Tapple. So, this game plays a lot like Trivial Pursuit. In a way, well, no, it's actually similar to Wheel of Fortune and Hangman, to tell you the truth. And if you like Wheel of Fortune and Hangman, you'll like this game. I like this game. Now, the object of the game is to be the first player to get 3 cards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very briefly set the camera down. I'm going to open these cards because these are actually got this game out of the box for Christmas. So, object of the game is to be the first player to get 3 cards. And, these cards have different meanings, and I'm going to get to that here in a second. Typical saran wrap. Play fair with me, fans, because I don't have a pair of scissors on me right now, okay? All right, fans, as you can tell, I got it open. Oh, by the way, you guys might find this interesting. New York City subway pajamas. These are nice. These are comfortable. These are real comfortable. I got those for Christmas too, actually. Christmas or my birthday, one of the two. So, to set this game up, you lay it out the way I just did. You lay it out like I just did. One thing to be aware of, fans, is not all 26 alphabet letters are in the board. So, and this game is actually pretty confusing. I had to thoroughly read the instructions 3 times, actually, just to learn how to play this game. And my experience playing and watching Wheel of Fortune, I think, is what got me to get the point of this game. So what you do is, these are actually the easy cards, things at a party, or song titles. So it's very similar to Wheel of Fortune, with the categories. And what you do is, another player, or an opponent is supposed to draw a card every time. What you do is you pick a letter, and I'm going to choose H. So it comes down like that, and then I hit this button. It's a timer, 10-second timer. And if it's not done, if the word isn't said within 10 seconds, you get buzzed out. Also, you only set the timer once per turn. Also, you pick the letter before you set the timer. So listen. So what I do is, I don't spell the word, but what I do is, I would go hats or hat. And generally what happens is you stick with the card up until an opponent gets the word. So I just got it back up. So you keep on going with the card up until you get the word, hats. And not every time, but a lot of times the person who gets it right ends up getting that card. One thing though, just so you know, you cannot use a word that has, and this is where it gets confusing. You can't use a word that has two of the same letters. So for an example, things at a party, balloon, I couldn't use that because it has two L's and two O's. So, but what makes it difficult is, even though that's not what the word can be, an opponent can still guess it. You just can't punch it in, and then an opponent can still guess it. But realistically, you're only supposed to use the letters once, once per round, or in a word. And sometimes you can use the word like balloons in a guess, but it can't be the word. So that's where things get difficult. And also, it's the best of rounds. You keep doing rounds up until a round is not a separate game. You keep doing rounds up until somebody gets a card, and you keep that up until somebody gets 3 cards. And sometimes, a lot of times, nobody will get the card, even if they get it right, because there was so much guessing involved. But what happens is, you can't just... And also, if a person... Here's another rule. If a person says something that doesn't make sense or is totally off topic with the category, they're out. If they don't guess before the timer, they're out. And they're out until the end of the round. And that's what happens. And on the other side, these are light blue and this is gray. These are the hardest sides, and these are not meant to be easy. And, let's say we're all playing, everybody's playing, and then player 2 gets a card, I get a second card, player 2 gets a second card, and then I get 3 cards. I end up being the one who wins the game. So, one thing to note, this game does have batteries, and these cards are not for shuffling. You do not shuffle these cards. And I'm going to show you a small tactic. Yet again, these are not cards that you shuffle. But I'm going to show you a small tactic to do this, because this is a good game. And this is something that I wish more games did. I actually only have 2 games, counting this one, that does this. By the way, it does not matter what way you face these cards, whether it's face down or face up, because there's stuff on either side. So what you do is, another thing, when you push this down, let's say the letter R, and I call, that will push it back up. So this is a pretty fun game. A lot of people... I'm just shutting this off, and this is probably going to make a noise when I put it down. Oh. This is where you store the cards. Now, you have to store these a specific way. You can't just store them the way you want. It actually makes you store these a specific way. It's not like other games where you can store them whatever way you want. So, that's the correct way it'll let me store them. And then I got it in. And then, this is a little lift and pull. It's very easy for children. And it slides in like that. So that's the way you set this game in. See? And then it clicks. Now, unfortunately, I already have a duplicate of this game. So I think people at a senior center can get the best. They do pretty well at this game. They'd probably figure out this game better than a young adult can. So Miriam and I are going to play this game, our duplicate version, and then donate it to the senior center that is nearby my house. So don't forget to subscribe, fans. Bye-bye.